Joining me today is Alan Bergstein, who is the president of the Judeo-Christian Republican Club of Palm Beach. Alan is also known as a lecturer, columnist, and editorial writer for the New York Jewish Voice, a retired New York City school principal, Korean War veteran, and father of four. Alan, welcome to the show today.
Thanks for having me, Marty. I really appreciate this. I really appreciate it.
I just heard a statistic that 200,000 Jews from around the world have gone back to Israel to help fight with their reserve units. They lost 1,400 in the attack. 200,000 went back. I think it backfired on Hamas.
Let me give you figures. The 1,400 killed in Israel by Hamas, the terrorist attack, basically equate to 70,000 Americans. The Democrat Party, led by the four, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, Ayanna Pressley, Ocasio-Cortez, and Jamal Bowman, overtly Jew haters, is problematical. And for them to still be in the Democrat Party and not be rebuked and thrown out of their committee assignments is outrageous.
What was your thoughts? Let's start with October 7th. What,
October 7th was terrifying for me because it was incredible that Hamas had accomplished this feat of horror. I mean, these are despicable, primitive savages. They are primitive savages. They don't believe in any law, they have no rules, and they believe in the Quran. Basically, when you hear about ISIS, when you hear about the Taliban, when you hear about Hezbollah, when you hear about Iran, they're all united with the Quran. The Quran is the holy book of the Muslims. I could go on for hours and tell you about the Quran. The Quran is evil. Islam is not a religion, it's a cult. I've read the Quran many times. There's not one word in there saying, "Thou shalt not kill."
Yeah.
So the problem with the Quran, which every Muslim believes in, every Muslim believes in the Quran preaches death to infidels, Christians and Jews. The Quran preaches death to anyone who uses the name of Allah in vain. Killing in the Old Testament and the New Testament is a sin. Killing in the Quran is, in Yiddish the term is mitzvah. It's a blessing. It's something you should do. Killing of an infidel is a mitzvah. When the Hamas kills someone or beheads someone, it is not inhuman to them. It is because it's told for them in the Quran to separate the head from the shoulder. So killing to them by beheading is a ritual, it's a holy ritual. So my concern on October 7th was that they did this, they got away with this, and I knew that they would get away with it. Within 2 days, Hamas was the victim and the Israelis were the terrible people who imposed this on the Muslims. In fact, when you hear Barack Hussein Obama, he said, well, it was a terrible thing, October 7th, but there was a reason for it, the occupation. So my concern is that the Muslims are on the move, and it's the Jews and Christians, both infidels, will pay for it. Because not only will the Jews be the victims of Muslims, look what happened in Rockefeller Center. Look what's happening in the shopping time of Christmas now. They're going to shut down the retail establishment within the country, and they will be able to do it. You mark my words. So my feeling after October 7th was horror and the fear of the future. Manipulate the election to win the election. I believe that they're deceitful. I believe that they're criminal. And I believe that even though we vote, it's the people who count the vote that counts. But getting back to,
Okay, no, let me take that thought.
I'm sorry?
Let me go on.
Sure, I'm sorry.
Because
I'm
that's
sorry.
no, it's all good. In fact, I love the fact that these are your thoughts and this is what you believe, because the more people that believe that, the better off we are.
Deception.
Because it's the truth. You know, I mentioned that for 9 months I was the one that was basically marshaling the evidence on January 6th. January 6th includes the elections as well. And even if somebody forgets all the evidence that, you know, just look at the most obvious part. We've never had a state ever stop the count before. And yet, on election day in 2021, we had, 2019, you know, in November 2019, we had 4 states stop the count simultaneously at the same time without any communication between them. It's a coincidence that's impossible.
Forthcoming elections in 2024, in the Republican primary, Trump will obviously or hopefully run. Who will confront him in the primary, do you think?
Nobody with any sense.
This is the greatest speaker I've heard. This is an American, a true blue American, putting his literally, I'll wait for the guys over there. Hello? Hello? I was a school principal in the South Bronx, so this wasn't okay. But this is a guy who is literally putting his life on the line. He's not getting a dime from us. He's here voluntarily to expose what's happening in the media. Our local media, the Media National, is corrupt. They won't touch this guy. They're fearful. We are losing it. We're losing it in our schools. We're losing it in our military with the new race theory in the military. We're losing it. And we here are the voters. We are the ones who are going to change it. If not we, nobody. How? We vote. And you speak up. And you kick the crap out of your neighbors who start speaking, demonizing the Republicans. You kick them, excuse me, you kick them in the ass. Whether they throw you out of the card game and into the pool is meaningless. You speak up and form committees within your homeowners association and condos. Meet 3 or 4 people with coffee clutches. We'd be more than happy to send a speaker out to them. Let them know that there are other Republicans in your condominiums, in your areas. Speak up. Don't take crap from these people anymore, because as Jack said, we are going to lose it. Let Marty and I debate a liberal. We open an open debate in an open forum. Let's do it. Let's air it all out. If you don't like what we have to say, tell us. If you tell us, if you say that we're lying, prove that we're lying. I personally will apologize for anything I said today that was a lie. And I don't know.
I feel the same way. Absolutely.